Hi everyone, so day 13 of the vlog. I've literally now had to pull over in my car. I am so angry and so upset by something that I've just witnessed that I just felt that this needs to go on my vlog, and I need to document this so that I can look back and never forget what I've just witnessed. I am so upset. So on my way to my first appointment this morning, I decided to call into McDonald's and grab a coffee and just have half an hour checking my emails and catching up on stuff, so that I could just get my head in the game, and all of that's done before my day starts. And while I was there, a bunch of construction workers came in. Now, I don't know if you have ever noticed in McDonald's, but McDonald's tends to employ very young people and sometimes quite older people. So people who I would have considered either retired or nearing retirement. And I always look at those people and think, gosh, I wonder what skills and talents and stories those people have got to share, and yet they're working in McDonald's. Now, please don't get me wrong, there is a place for McDonald's work, and it pays the bills and it puts food on people's tables. I'm not knocking McDonald's as an employer. I'm not knocking that kind of manual labour sort of in the retail industry or anything, in the service industry, hospitality, whatever it is. But here's the thing, and this is why I've literally on the side of a dual carriageway pulled over in the parking bay because I'm that upset about what I just witnessed, right? So there's a guy, I would say probably in his mid-60s, and he's wiping down tables and things like that. And usually these people, they want to have a conversation. A lot of their day is made up of talking to the customers in McDonald's, and that's how, they enjoy it. And he goes up to these construction workers and he said, it's awful news about Carillion, isn't it? What the effing hell are you on about? The workers turned around and said to him, F off, old man. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely horrified, right? Then one of the construction workers turned to me and said, do you know what the F he's on about? And I went, Carillion, one of the biggest construction companies in the UK, gone to the wall with with a couple of £100 million worth of debt. To which they all looked at me like I had 6 heads and like I was a foreign being. Like as if, well, how the hell do you know that? And why would we want to know that? It was such a disgusting attitude. Anyway, I was talking to one of the guys in the group, the older guy who was obviously the boss, and he became really dismissive of the information that I knew. And you know what? The one lad went, I've had enough of this, and literally left the table and walked out. And I'm like, so annoyed by the fact that they could be so disrespectful to a gentleman in his mid to late 60s who just wanted to have a conversation, really lived up to their expectations of what it is to be a vile construction worker, the kind that you would expect to wolf whistle at women down the street, and then had the audacity to turn round and kind of treat me like a blonde bimbo type figure out of your stereotypical movie. And I thought, how the hell am I supposed to deal with that? I was so annoyed. We live, do you know what? I am the first to say I am in no way a feminist, okay? I know my postgraduate qualification is in gendered entrepreneurship, and I know I've studied about the barriers that women face to get into work and business, and they are real barriers. It's not a made-up thing, as some people who I've already had previous conversations on via LinkedIn believe, which absolutely drives me nuts anyway. But what right have we got in this world to treat people like that? People who just want to have 2 minutes of our time to make a conversation. And I've just had the most wonderful 10 minutes chatting to this older gentleman who has shared so much information with me. We have lots of things in common. We both love politics. We both really are fascinated by Churchill and all of that. And it was a lovely start to my morning, chatting to this guy. And it may be the only intelligent conversation that guy has today, but he has had to deal with what he just faced. How dare people treat other people like that? And certainly an older generation have some flaming respect. And why they felt they had the ability to treat me the way they do. God forbid any women who work within their company. It's just a damn shame that all of their vans that they came in were blank. I wonder why. Perhaps their company are too afraid to stick their names on the sides because they know the reputation they'd get. But I tell you now, if I ever came across them in a networking opportunity, God forbid, I'd tell the whole room what happened. Because how dare anyone assume to treat people like that? How dare they try to belittle me with my knowledge and the understanding that I had of the current situation with Carillion? Who do they think they are? I tell you what, talk about leave a first impression. Well, my impression of people working in the construction industry has only just been elaborated even further to what I originally felt about the building type work and building type industry. I am flabbergasted, appalled. I don't even know. I just feel like, wow, we live in a modern society, and I've just felt like I've just gone back to the 1940s and almost pretty much been told to get back to my kitchen sink. And I'm in no way a feminist. I believe that everybody should have equality and that people should be employed and people should be respected based upon who they are and not about what gender they are. And I believe that skill sets are important and the way that people conduct themselves is important. It's got nothing to do with your gender. But that's really, really got to me today. It really, really upset me. And sorry to all those in the construction industry, but really, really reinforced my feelings on male-dominated industries where they feel like they can get away with saying and doing anything. Not a great start to the day, guys.